Do you sometimes feel like people aren't really listening to you and it's hard getting your point across? The problem is not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. Not everyone processes information the same way. Just like how we have different love languages and learning style, we also have different communication style. Some people need fact, relies on research and logic. Others want big picture, straight to the point. Some need step-by-step instruction, and some just want to feel emotionally connected first. And if you don't speak their language, they won't listen, no matter how good or brilliant your point is. And today we're going to talk about 4 communication styles from Mark Murphy's research, the same framework the top leaders use to influence, persuade, and connect with anyone. Before we get into it, keep in mind humans are multifaceted. So you might identify strongly with one style or hybrid of 2, but once you know this pattern, you will start seeing them in yourself and the people around you. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify someone's style in a second and adjust the way you communicate to connect, lead, and influence them. So let's get into it. Number 1 is analytical communicator. If you are an analytical communicator, you are objective and pragmatic. You need facts, data, evidence before you believe anything. And you usually doubt or question people who don't seem to know their facts or have a clear information. If someone says, I'm going to be rich, you're the type to ask, what's your plan for the next 5 years to get there? How much are you making now? How much are you investing? What percentage do you save versus spend? You don't like fluff talk. So when you make decisions, you make them without emotions clouding your judgment. Movie character that embodies this type is Hermione from Harry Potter. She's always researching, fact-checking, and backing up her argument with evidence.
Actually, I'm highly logical, which allows me to look past extraneous details.
You can see this when she's explaining a theory behind a spell, always saying things like according to Hogwarts history. She really values correct information over feelings.
And perceive clearly that which others overlook.
Another great example is the professor from Money Heist. I just started watching this series and I could instantly tell the professor is the analytical communicator. He uses data and historical pattern to predict exactly what will happen. When they speak, they use a lot of psychological terms, historical facts, and specific evidence. Analytical communicators are not swayed by emotions. I'm not saying they're emotionless. They don't take emotion as an evidence. They want the reasoning behind it. That's why they will be the one to poke holes in the arguments that aren't backed by fact or logic. The downside is people might think you are cold or overly critical.
Your incompetence do not interest me.
Can you imagine someone's making this emotionally charged motivational speech about how this year is going to bring in profit and everyone is like this and you're sitting there asking them, can you explain that logically? What's your source? What's your data? And that will definitely put a damper on people who just want to talk big. I mean, they can pull the wool over your eyes. You're too analytical for that. So how do we communicate with analytical communicators? Be direct. When you're speaking with them, don't speak from feelings or emotions. They have very little patience for people who communicate with their hearts. They really value accuracy. So give them facts, show them your research, and just keep emotional appeal. Save it for personal communicators. Number 2, the functional communicator. If you are a functional communicator, you love step-by-step plans and you are process-oriented. You want timeline, structure, and organization. You want things done in a specific order and you get stressed when things are chaotic or unclear. You are the planners and the organizers, the one who makes the list, the schedules. You don't miss details. In fact, nothing scares you more than missing a detail.
Honey, leave the details to me.
Character that embodies this style is Monica Geller from Friends. She's the ultimate functional communicator.
So I'm responsible, I'm organized.
She is obsessed with the rules and everything must follow a specific process. She loves checklists and she gets stressed if a step is skipped. And they use phrases like, first we do this and then we do that. Another example is Leslie Knope from Parks and Recreation. She doesn't just have an idea. She has 600 pages of tab document explaining how they will get from point A to point Z.
Personalized 5,000-word essay of why you're all so awesome.
The downside in this generation, Everything is fast-paced. Most people don't have time for detailed explanations, and I mean, almost everyone has a functional ADHD these days. So try to not get caught in the process and detail too much. Especially when you're dealing with intuitive communicators, they don't like details. They want the introduction and skip all the way to the end, to the conclusion. Number 3, the intuitive communicator. If you are intuitive communicators, too much details bores you. You want to cut right to the chase, the big picture, the bottom line. If someone starts explaining something step by step, you don't have patience for that. You are thinking, okay, what's the conclusion? Get to the point, stop boring me with details. You're also comfortable with out-of-box thinking and big ideas. Character that embodies this type is Jordon from The Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo's character has an intuitive communication style. Notice how he inspires and motivates his employees with big picture, get rich quick speeches. His communication style is obsessed with end result, which in this case, money.
There is no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich.
He inspires his team by painting a picture of Ferrari, mansion, and a life of luxury. He keeps them focused on the big picture so they don't look closely at the details of the crime that they are committing. You can see this, his employees are brokers, but he makes them feel like they are Spartans. His character represents the dark side of intuitive communication style. Often you'll find intuitive communicators getting instant fame, recognition through their emotionally charged motivational speech. Other examples is Tony Stark's in Iron Man. He gets bored with details, he jumps straight to the solutions.
Sometimes you gotta run before you can walk.
And Jack from the movie Titanic.
They've got you trapped, Rose. And you're gonna die if you don't break free.
His conversations are philosophical, metaphorical, and big picture. He speaks in feelings and ideals rather than logistics.
I figure life's a gift, and I don't intend on wasting it. You never know what hand you're gonna get dealt next.
Intuitive communicators are fast-paced, result-driven. They easily get bored by long explanations. Their communication is quick to the point, and they expect the same from you. The downside, in their need to get to the bottom line, they might miss important details, and intuitive communicators have a hard time dealing with functional communicators because functional people are process-driven, step-by-step, detail-oriented, total opposite. Number 4, personal communicators. If you are a personal communicator, you try to understand people by connecting with them on a personal level. You care not only about what they think, but also about how they feel. You like to share personal stories, ask how others are doing, and you value emotional connection over logic. You are also a good listener and a diplomat. Movie character that embodies this type is Elle from Legally Blonde. While she's smart, the way she wins is by connecting with people and understanding their personal motivations.
I just don't think Brooke could have done this. This gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't.
She talks openly about her feelings. She persuades through empathy. And with personal communicators, they wanna know you first before they even hear about what you're saying. Her courtroom win isn't about cold logic. She wins by understanding emotional behavior pattern.
You know, Emmett, you just need to have a little more faith in people. You might be surprised.
The downside is that you might take things too personally and often think with your heart instead of your brain. And you tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, even when you probably shouldn't. With analytical communicators, who's your opposite, try to separate your feelings and focus on the information. They are not being cold, they just communicate differently. So what do you think your communication style is? Are you analytical, functional, intuitive, or personal? Or you are hybrid? Drop a comment below and let me know. I'm curious to see how you identify. And if this helped you understand yourself and the people around you better, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye!